I just love, adore how divinely guided everything is in our lives. Look at this. Source was literally telling me to sit down here outside and to share from here instead of from the table where I would normally sit. So here we are, in God's grace, in this beautiful divine light. I was having one of those days. So challenging, so beautiful. And it's been going on for weeks. I feel I'm entering a completely new state of consciousness. I guess this happens again and again and again. Something that it's not something that is new to me. However, I never expected it to come in this kind of way. But there is something so beautiful through this whole process of, I would maybe call it splintering, dissolving, surrendering, whatever it is. It's definitely taking me to a higher state of embodiment, of allowing the divine to guide me and speak through me, channel through me. Every single day there is parts of me that has been falling apart. I've been realizing, discovering, being aware of the egoic part of my mind that desperately wants to find comfort in all of the places where comfort cannot be found. I've been going through and witnessing my mind grasping for securities, been grasping for the confirmation that things are going in the right way. I've been observing my mind creating businesses, programs, new things that will be the next thing. I've observed myself being so excited to then witness that nothing's happening. Yet still, there's a million things happening. There's a million things that are going right. I'm sitting here. I am alive. I am breathing. And there's so many things out there that are actually going right. But then again, I'm witnessing my mind. And it's dead end illusion. And it's been such a beautiful realization of so many butterflies in this house. This house is such a gem. Thank you. Thank you. Where was I? I don't know where I was. Again, the mind. I'm trying to make sense. So interesting. Okay, now it's all coming through. I'm building this brand. I've been so inspired by creating this brand that's a universal experiment. And this universal experiment is It is here to live its own life. And it is here as a representation of my roots. It is here as a representation, as a symbol upon all of the magic and miracles that are always there for us when we allow the universe to divinely orchestrate everything for us to the purest of perfection. And here I am, trying to make this brand happen. It will never work because this is this universal intelligence itself. There's nothing for me to do. There's absolutely nothing for me to do. Thank you. I love how these videos is as much for you as it is for me. Anyway, Source sat me down to sit in the divine grace, in its beauty, in its magnitude, but also because there is a message for you out there. My human self is finding these moments where I press play. It can be challenging. I have nothing to say. But there's been a pounding frequency from Source. Sometimes it wakes me up in the middle of the night. It really wants to speak through me, and I'm like, going back to bed, shying away. But here we are, in the most perfect moment to receive this message. So wherever you are, just close your eyes and anchor yourself in your breath. And know that maybe your mind is questioning, what is this girl even talking about? Maybe she lost her mind, and I can assure you that I did. I can assure you that I lost my mind so many times that, yeah, I don't have any words or logic to explain that right now in this moment. However, I'm sure that Source, the divine consciousness, has a lot more to say than I have. So stay with me, stay with your breath, and I'm gonna allow whatever has to come through to come through. Beloved child, thank you for being here today. Thank you, Chaka, for being such a pillar of light. Even though your mind keeps questioning the process of what it is that we have been wanting to shine through you for such a long time. We are so delighted to be here today and to witness how Chaka is finally stepping into her own authentic truth and embodying all of the different aspects of herself, all of the different sides of her. Some of them are very challenging at the moment because Chaka is having this very driven, determined state of a mind that wants to see results, that wants to accomplish all of these beautiful things in life. However, the universe and Source is placing her into the constellation where she is being presented with such a deep state of surrender, where she is allowing herself to dance and merge with the universe. And as she is allowing her to dance this dance, she most importantly have to completely surrender any control as she is stepping into the unknown. Because in that space, she has absolutely no control over anything. And as her brand and her beautiful new collection is representing Wu-Wei, actionless action, the philosophy where we are allowing the divine grace of the universe, we are allowing that divine orchestration to take place where the non-doing is, what is the driving force for everything? Well, that is the tapestry, the scaffolding, the beautiful message of her first collection. So here she is with the most beautiful opportunity for her to lean into that creation with absolutely no control at all. And we have been witnessing her in challenging situations because she is trying to control the outcome. She's trying to control the sales. She's trying to control the journey of this brand. Whereas the reality is that this brand has its own consciousness. It is its own living, breathing entity. And she is simply the conduit of this driving force, of this universe, the creation. And the more she is trying to control it, the less it is going to work out. Because she is controlling it from a place where she's trying to fix something she believes is broken. Maybe not a complete state of brokenness, but she is seeing that things are not working out. And from that point, she is working towards fixing it. So the past 3 days, Chaka has been surrendering completely into the moment where the now frequency, the now moment has been dissolving everything. All of her questions, she has given over to the universe, to God's grace, to Source. And he had allowed such a deep surrendered state to take place where her existence, her past sense of knowing herself, of describing herself, has completely been falling apart. And what a blessing. What a blessing for her to experience how the illusion of a character she has been playing is no longer serving anything anymore, because that character has been controlling her in so many ways. And she has been going through feelings of feeling extremely lonely, of not knowing in where direction to go other than in. And she has been breathing through that old school frequency and essence of fear, which she has believed herself into the illusion that she gave up. And she did. But there are so many layers to the illusions of being a human on this planet. And right in this moment, she has been gifted one of the biggest gifts on this planet: to step away, to allow the impossible to take shape. Because little does she know that there is a magnitude of miracles that are waiting to come in. There is a whole tapestry of creative aligned orchestrations which has already aligned themselves, because there is nothing other than this present moment, which is the greatest gift of all. So as she is today witnessing on this beautiful full moon, that the more she let go, the more things are happening from out of nowhere. The more she is allowing herself not to question anymore how things are going to work out. She's allowing a new layer of faith and trust, because she is receiving and witnessing the feedback loop of her loosening her tight grip on reality. And she is witnessing how the more she is loosening this grip, that unexpected alignments are now taking place. And even though her mind is still doubting, She's allowing herself to understand new levels of how the mind has been trapping her into the illusion of a security which we can never ever have. So welcome to reality, little Chaka. Welcome to a new level of embodiment of this tapestry of life, which is a holographic reflection of an experience which you are here to embody, which you are here to dance with. As this big rave of a existence, of a celebration of life. And this rave we are throwing in the name of gratitude for being on this planet, where we are allowing the beautiful life force, the universal divine orchestration, to divinely guide everything at all times. So the more that you can let go, the more that you can be here in the now, and we are talking to you as much as we are talking to Chaka, to anyone who is here listening, who is resonating with these words. You're here to be a fully conscious, a super conscious human here on this planet, who is living so fully in the now moment that all of the questions is dissolving as you're sitting here, opening up your heart, allowing that old school thought pattern, this habitual circle of mind chatter that has been kept you stuck in the past. Because the only thing that the mind can do, it can project back to you an experience. The experience that you have experienced again and again and again. And the more that you are bringing that past experience back into your mind, the more you will experience that again. And the more your mind will project all kinds of fear scenarios into the future. So when we drop away all of these illusions of the past and the future, we are left with the present moment, with the now, where everything is the purest of perfection, where all of the illusions dissolve because you're here, merging with the divine with every single breath that you're taking. Inhaling literally source into your lungs. And as you're exhaling, you can just exhale all of these illusions out from your system. All of the questions and all of the fears has been keeping you small. Questioning what will other people think, questioning how will things work out, questioning this and questioning that. But the fact that we are questioning, we have completely forgotten that there is a driving force. There is a universal intelligence that is taking care of all of these questions for you. And we can assure you that in the beginning, when we are leaning so much into that faith and trust in that universal orchestration, it is highly scary for the mind. It is highly scary for the ego because there is no security. There is nothing here to be grasped upon. And the more that you allow yourself to merge with that divinity of the present moment, that infinite space of peace and space and nothingness is everything that the ego is not resonating with. So it is doing its very best to question It is doing its very best to figure it out. But there is absolutely nothing to be figured out. And there is only stillness to be embodied. The present moment to be experienced. An awareness to stand still with, rooted in this moment in time and space. And that takes practice. That takes presence. But the more that we are leaning into that infinite presence, that universal crystallization, the more we will see that the illusion, the questions, the ego, the separation, it will automatically dissolve into the nothingness of all that is. And you will be left with the truth of the present moment, with the essence of all that is. And gently you will experience, like Chaka is experiencing in this moment, and she has it in experienced this kind of dissolvement, this integration before. However, new levels of awareness, new levels of consciousness is here to expand her mind, to elevate her existence. So whenever you have moments of doubt, whenever you have moments where it seems like nothing is working out, then don't try to fix anything from that perspective. Rather allow yourself to sit and soak in that now moment of the nothingness. And the more that you can let go of trying to fix and accomplish something from a place that is already not aligning, you will see that there's a universal intelligence that is here, divinely orchestrating everything, allowing every single moment to align itself to the purest of perfection. And that might be that there are many people in your life that is all of a sudden leaving your reality because they are no longer in alignment with the reality that you have elevated to. But trust in that divine orchestration, trust that any rejection is protection, trust that anything that is no longer working out is because there is being created a space for something far greater, something far better. The more you can trust in that divine orchestration, that everything that you're experiencing in the now moment is for you and always is for you. The more you will see perfection in the chaos, the more you will experience that there is a whole nother reality that has been waiting for you at all times. But you need to flow with the reality of all that is. You need to flow with the recalibration, the reorchestration of everything that is being divinely guided, aligned, synced together for the higher and greater good of your reality and everyone around you. Because in the end of the day, everything that you're experiencing is a holographic frequency, is a holographic reflection of what it is that you have been broadcasting out from your own temple. So allow yourself to sit and merge with the divine, with yourself, with the totality of it all, because there is only one. Coming back to this present moment again and again and again. That was all that we had for you today. We hope that this resonated with your heart. So very gently and slowly coming back into this present moment in time and space, coming back into the body, coming back to your breath and really anchor. Deep inhalation in from the nose, and just sighing out, exhaling a deep-rooted gratitude of an exhalation, gratitude of your presence, your existence here on this planet. One more time, inhaling from the nose, exhaling gratitude of an offering of your breath out into the universal space. And one last time, inhaling and slowly blinking your eyes open. Welcome back. If you have been having your eyes closed the entire time, you're probably wondering why I'm sitting in a completely different space, why I'm wearing different clothes. That is a very good question. First of all, I hope that you received as much wisdom, as much great information, divine information from source as I did. It is truly the next day. And I'm so amazed by how the universal intelligence is at play at all times, because the minute I finished the transmission, the minute that I finished channeling, my phone just turned off. And I know that it was so divinely designed for all of what has been taking place up until this moment. Because when I finished the recording yesterday, I listened to my own words, and there was so much truth and so much resonance within everything that I was streaming through me. And that truth was allowing me to see how I have been controlling so many things in my reality. And it was allowing me to go to bed with such a deep-rooted sense of trust and faith in the divine and faith in the universe. And I completely gave up every single piece of my existence to God. Just like that. I gave up my clothing brand, which I'm going to speak a little bit about in a minute. Gave up all of my finances, my relationships, my longing for a husband, my longing for a partner, all of it. Just gave it to the divine. Say, it's time for you to handle it, because until now, I have been trying to figure it all out, and I have been trying to come with solutions from the broken point of something that was not working out. I truly wish that all of the words that is being channeled through this channel will be an opening of an invitation for you to root into whatever it is that is not working in your life, whatever it is that has been seem impossible to become possible. Because what I experienced today was such a divine blessing. And it was just such another confirmation of how important it is for us to go through these moments where things are not working out, how important every single moment of this experience of a life is. Because I woke up this morning and I heard a voice exactly the same voice that I heard to press record on this recording. And this voice told me, okay, today you're gonna go to a hot yoga class in Ubud because Russell is there. And it was just his birthday. And he would like to receive a t-shirt from you, from your brand, because he would appreciate it. He would understand the reason of this creation. So I was like, okay, how do I know that he's even there? Anyway, I was like, I will go there. I will follow the divine guidance of God, of the universe, of source, and I will show up because I know that there is a special reason why I created this brand. I know that there is a universal intelligence that is here on this planet that has infused this divine design into my consciousness, and I am here to birth this into existence. And I've been allowing this creation to come through me because I know that I was so inspired to meditate when I read the book of Reza. So let's wind everything back. So I created this beautiful creation. And there's many different pieces, but Wu-Wei is the Tao philosophy of actionless action. So it's allowing literally the universal intelligence, the universal force of this entire reality, this entire cosmic creation to be divinely orchestrated. And as you are a living and breathing representation of consciousness, that you are God's essence, divine essence, breathing and being aware of its own existence. When you understand the effortless creation of life, you also understand that there is really not so much to be done and that this universal intelligence is here to work through whatever it is that you have to create. So when I was very young, when I was a teenager, I read a book called The Tao of the Wu by Reza, the founder of the Wu-Tang Clan. And it completely inspired me to start meditating. I was gifted one of the greatest tools in my toolbox. And it completely changed my awareness of myself and my life and everything that I was doing. And it put me on a path of practicing both yoga and meditation. However, I think 3 years ago or something like this, I was sitting in meditation, and I've always been very fond of hip hop music, and it has been a huge part of my life, a huge part of my upbringing also. And not so many people know that I actually started meditating because of hip hop music. So there was this fun idea within me that I would make a brand where I will fuse hip hop music together with with the Tao of the Wu, with Taoism, with my way of living, which is the deep surrendered state of Wu-Wei. So in meditation, I saw this logo where I'm infusing the Wu-Tang Clan logo with Wu-Wei. And I was having this epiphany that how beautiful would it be to make a streetwear brand which would be a catalyst and a devoted prayer to inspire other young people to meditation and to awaken people's consciousness to the beautiful realization of the intelligence of the universe. And I was walking with this idea for a really long time. And at some point, I think it was 1.5 months ago, I was like, okay, I will actually birth this into reality because why not? It made absolutely no logic to my mind, but there was just such a spark, such an excitement within myself of making this creation. And I wanted to devote this creation to be an experiment. I wanted to devote these creations to be created not by me, but by the universal intelligence. So I created all of these designs. I created all of these beautiful hoodies and caps and trousers, t-shirts. And I received so much beautiful response from this creation. And it was really beautiful to see how everything around it was just taking shape in such an organic place, such an organic driving force, such an organic universal orchestration. Universal intelligence was at play at the whole time. I didn't have a company to set up this whole business. And my friend, my devoted friend Ulrich, who I just love so much, has been uh, one of the most important people in my life, always here to support my crazy ideas. And he just came up with a German company, like, take this. This is what's gonna be the tapestry of holding this portal of light, this portal of devoted universal intelligence. So yeah, so through this whole creation, there's been so many pieces that has been just working out, and I came into a point where there was so much stillness, so much nothingness. And I know that it was exactly divinely orchestrated for me to reach new depths and levels of trust in the universe, and also to understand deeper into what it is that I'm actually creating. Because if I am creating this brand through the philosophy of Wu-Wei, but then there's also nothing for me to do, because I completely have to surrender every single moment of the day, every single breath of the day. And sometimes I have to put it on the shelf and I just have to allow it to be there, resting, marinating. So I went to this yoga class and I came into the room. I haven't been doing this yoga class for a really long time. The door closes and the class starts and there's no rustle. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Maybe I'm just becoming a bit crazy here. Maybe there is just something. Yeah, maybe this brand is just on a big pause, because nothing was really happening. Nothing was I was not really sure how this will flower itself into something. So I just start my practice, my devoted practice, because I was also here to just do yoga, to unite with myself, to do my practice, my devoted practice. From nothingness, from absolutely nothingness, just being here, breathing, meditating. And I was just rooting myself in, and there comes Russell. Hey. And I was like, ah, so good. I really wanted to give him his birthday present. It's from a place of, I don't even know why I'm giving him this gift, you know? And I'm just being a devoted student to my practice. And it was one of the most powerful practices. And I really, I didn't do yoga for 2 months. And my whole body was just like, "Roar." Such a strong practice. And I was like, okay, pretty good. I just went through a period of being with fever, being super low on frequency, alone, at home, in my bed. Wow. Anyway, those moments is also what cracks us open, because it allows us to go in such a low state where there is just absolutely nothing working out, and we can just surrender even deeper to the nothingness of just the root of whatever, to the void of this pause of like, bruh. Anyway, very long story short, the class ends and I just walk out and Russell is there. Hey, darling, how are you? And I'm like, I'm good. I actually brought a present for you. And Russell is like, how beautiful. What a blessing. And we walk downstairs and I show him my creation and he's like, wow, have you ever showed this to Ressa? And I'm like, no. And he's like, okay, well, here we go. Let's record a video for him. And I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting there completely sweaty after this hot yoga class and I'm telling my story. I'm telling Ressa directly to the camera how he changed my life, how his beautiful book, his presence, his devoted practice of meditation opened my consciousness and was such a catalyst for me to share that truth, that devoted prayer to other people on this planet through my clothing, through my brand, through CC Hammer Collective. And yeah, that moment just reminded me that there is exactly there is so much truth in this universal intelligence that is here guiding every single one of us, because for me, channeling that message for myself, which is as much for everyone who is listening to my channel, for me to wake up to this divine truth that yes, everything is divinely orchestrated. And when we just completely surrender to everything that is, well, then we can wake up, and we can wake up to the fact that we are sitting and making a video directly to Ressa from the Wu-Tang Clan, explaining everything about our brand. So I have no idea whatever is going to come out of that message. And Russell was saying that he was sending it to LL Cool J as well. So whatever there is coming out of this recording of me sharing my vision and my love for both hip hop music, meditation, and my devoted prayer for more people to wake up to this universal intelligence that is here to carry everything forward, that has always been carrying the universal intelligence forward. And the more that we can surrender to that frequency, to that tapestry that is divinely orchestrating everything, and allowing us to understand that we don't have to do everything on our own. The more everything is just the purest of perfection when we understand that. So whatever is coming out from that message, whatever is coming out from that birthday present that was gifted from universe, from God, telling me to go to this yoga class today, who knows? And that is not for me to know, because the more that I can just be rooted in the now moment without having to know, the more these magical miracles will carry everything forward. So I really hope that this video will be such a great reminder for everyone who is listening today and who is resonating with my voice, to remember that there is absolutely nothing that we have to figure out in this moment, because everything will be presented to us always. So as much as Chaka yesterday was having all of the questions about how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? She was beautifully reminded that there is absolutely nothing to figure out. We just have to show up moment to moment, and we have to merge so deeply into the now moment, into the nothingness and the tapestry of all that is, and that everything will be divinely orchestrated for us, because there is a divine intelligence that gave birth to you, that gave birth to the universe, and that will divinely take care of everything. So the more that we can just show up in complete excitement of the present moment, in complete excitement of all there is, then miracles will be blessed upon you in every single moment of the day. And yes, we will experience gloomy days. I just been through 2-3 weeks of the most gloomy, tired, feverish days, but they also cracked me open to a new understanding of this universal intelligence, driving force that is just here to divinely orchestrate everything. What a blessing it is to be alive. And what a blessing it is to sometimes go into those challenging moments, because that is exactly what shapes us into that beautiful diamond that we are. Those moments of hardship where everything just seems so fucking miserable, whatever word it is that you feel like putting upon it. And I hope that me sharing my authentic truth will be such an inspiration for you to be you even more and to trust even deeper in whatever it is that you're here to bring out into the planet, whatever it is that you are here to share. Because I can see in my own life that the more that I choose me wholeheartedly, authentically, the more everything is just working out, even when it seems to not work out, because even when it seems like nothing is working out, and the universe is there divinely orchestrating everything in the unseen, in the unknown. I feel that was everything that I had to say today. Trust in yourself and trust in life and trust that everything is the purest of perfection, because it is. Always. And always will be. And whenever there is a pause in whatever it is that is being created, then trust in that. Trust that the sacred pause is a divine cycle in your reality and your experience. And it reminds me so much that it's so important that we 100% let go of having to generate all the time, having to accomplish all the time, having to all the time do something. There is moments where we just cocoon ourselves at home and where there's not much happening. That is cycles of life, that is the seasons of life. And I was reminded so much by the universe that we don't have to all the time go out there and do something, and we don't have to all the time achieve something. It's so much our upbringing, having to achieve something the whole time. And I see myself when I'm on a phone call with my parents. I all the time have to come with some great story of what great things are happening in my life. And it's like, fuck no. Sometimes nothing is fucking happening. Sometimes nothing is fucking working out. And it's like, wow. Am I then a failure? Because nothing is working out? No, maybe it's this winter and I just have to hibernate and I just have to meditate and I just have to merge with whatever cycle that is happening in my life and accept that inactivity. It's so crazy that we live in a life where everything just has to be such a peak of an experience, non-stop gallop. And today I was really reminded that we need those moments of absolutely nothingness, of peace and quiet, where we can really go within, where nothing is happening, but everything is happening. And even though I've been in a state of recalibration, splintering nothingness, then so much has been happening on a multidimensional level. But the mind comes in and the mind is like, yeah, but you have to see some results. And it's like that little girl inside is like, oh, I just want to be under the blanket. I just want to be held by some motherly force, some protective force that tells me that everything is okay. And it is always okay, but it's just so interesting to feel and experience how the human mind is just there pushing you forward. you have to generate, you have to earn. And okay, of course, we have to do all of these things, but there is just something so necessary from taking those moments. I mean, moments of breathing, moments of where nothing is actually happening, to then come into those cycles where a lot is happening. I hope that all of this talking, all of these experiences, all of me expressing my most authentic truth can allow you to just be okay when things are not okay, and can understand that the mind will always come and question, snowball into fear, whatever it is that's happening. Then it is so important to just merge with whatever that is and really hold yourself through those waves, those ups and downs, those fears and worries, those moments of success, those moments of failure, because there is no failure. There is just so many more opportunities to get it right. And I guess our life is just one big tapestry of peeling that never ending onion, that never ending beautiful essence of yourselves. So I hope that you will keep practicing your meditation, keep trusting in that universal intelligence that is always here for us to carry everything forward. But we have to let go, and we have to step away, and we have to just allow the blessings and the miracles to shine through, because they are here whenever we stop trying, whenever we are opening ourselves up to such a deep-rooted state of surrender, where all of a sudden we are just there making a video to Ressa directly, or LL Cool J, or whatever that happened today. Because life is so beautiful, but we have to completely let go of trying to control everything. I love you guys so, so much. And I'm so proud of you in whatever moments that you are in today. I love you so much.